Okay, so welcome back to the studio. It's been a while since we've gotten together and did some art, but today I want to be messy, playful, and wild. Um, so I've got a bunch of papers that we're going to use, or maybe use. One being the sketchbook. This is the sketchbook that I just, you know, do anything in. We'll do a tour of this at some point. Again, I've got a couple of videos up on the channel, and you can take a look at some of the stuff that I've done in this. This is, it's just thin paper. It's not anything. I don't even think it really has much sizing, but it's still fun to create in. And I got a 300 GM watercolor paper. It's the Bee Inspired from the Bee Paper Company. I have just started working on this paper. It was given to me. I think I was told you can get it pretty easily at like a Walmart or you know, a box store of that sort. I think I have seen it at Hobby Lobby at some point, but I know they're switching over to just their store brands and getting out of doing a lot of the other name brand products. And a Daler Rowney watercolor. This is a lot lighter weight paper, only a 190 GM, 90 pound. I create with this quite often. It's really textured. It holds up fine, but I like to have a couple of things going at the same time, because while one's drying, we can work on the other one. And so let's take a look at some of the tools we'll be using to make some of our marks. Let's see, I have a sprayer. This used to be a hand sanitizer, but I like how fine the mist comes out of this. It's very fine mist. I keep one of these in my field kit when I go out plein air painting. A glue stick for maybe some collage. I don't know if we'll get to collage today, but that will be definitely in a later video when I show you how to edit what we are going to do today. And I thought that this was so fun. I don't even know what it is, but it's obviously part of some furniture. It had broken off, but I figure we can use this I can use it as a stamper, and this little ball will be fun to roll around in some paint and put that on the paper. An old pencil sharpener that its blade's not sharp anymore, but we can put that in and use that circle. A razor blade. It's in the protector. That's always fun to scrape back layers. And then I found a die. That might be fun, getting some marks with that. I found one of these sponge like brushes. Lots of these kind of tools. An old knitting needle. I don't have the pair to it, but I thought that might be fun to scratch around. This was the kids got me some honey mixers, and I kept all the wooden dowels that the honey was on this end of the stick, but we can put that in some paint. I definitely am going to be using at least this color blue. I mean, obviously I'm going to be using other colors, but this is a brand new tube that the studio dog got into, and he's chewed some holes in it. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to use this tube before it dries out. So we'll get some use out of that before I end up having to throw that out. And I'm going to use some old paintings for mixing paint. This is it was a painting that I had that I didn't like how it was coming out. It was a portrait, and it was my first portrait with watercolor, and I thought that the shading I was doing was too dark for the skin tone. So I painted gesso over it and then did watercolor on top. Not that I don't like this. I think that it's fine, and I might have finished it, but it served my purpose in playing around and seeing what the watercolors would do on a gessoed surface. So I'll be using this as my mixing palette, and that way we can get some creative and fun marks on this paper, and maybe I'll paint on top of that and see what we get with some of those under layers showing through, because you can see my old original painting. There's some pink there, which probably is the skin. Oh, and there's the top of the head, so it's upside down, so that must have been a shirt or something that was red. So I think that's fun. It's not wasting paint. It's just making the surface better. And also I like to use old lids for mixing palettes. I might even use that too, but if I don't have any room left on my paper. So yeah, let's get to it and start creating something. You know, I feel like it's hard to come to the blank page, and people are always like, I don't know what to do. I don't want to mess it up. Well, that's the whole point, is to mess it up. So I have some water over here, and I'm gonna water down that acrylic a little bit. Oh, that looks nice on that painting too. So let's just make some marks. We're not, at this point, we're not thinking, you know, what the end result is going to be. That's not the point of an exercise like this. And then I'm gonna have the other piece of paper up here. So this is where I have the another piece of paper off to the side. This is the Daleroni, and I'll just clean the brush on this paper, and that's the start of the next painting, and we're not wasting any paint. So oh, I have some of these old, like, kid-like these are watercolors that came in I wonder if I can use them like a pencil. And this type of painting is like your rough draft, you know. You're taking all of the notes, and you can't say no. If you have a thought that, oh, I'm just gonna dip this in the water I have over here. If you have the thought to see what if, it goes on the paper. Oh, that's nice. This textured paper is really nice. I don't know if you can see it very good. Oh yeah, that was fun. Let's try another color. think I like it better on the side, and then you can see all that. Oh, these are fun. So you never know, some of those cheap art supplies that you get for the kids. I need to wipe my fingers. Maybe a great mark making tool. I got some bubble wrap over here. I didn't say that I had that for art supply, but I do. Just getting some paint down on it. I might have to use my fingers. I think that this I think these first stages are the fun stages to me. I don't create like this a lot, and I should create like this more often. So that is one of my goals, is to be more free in, and if I don't end up, you know, finishing this can be used as collage paper, like in another art project. I have some soft pastels over here. Let's try some of those. I know soft pastels, they're just a Master's Touch brand. They're not anything like a Unison or anything like that, although those would be nice. But for this kind of art, I am not using anything expensive. Not that you can't, but this is just to have fun. There's no pressure. I think I like this color palette. So I also have, maybe we should try this, an old doily. It got stained, so it's been in my art room, and I use it as also use it as a stamp. Put some paint on it. Okay, oh, that's a little blobby. So we'll take our other paper. Let's blot that up. That's also fun too, and why we have multiple pieces of paper. Oh, that looks like coral. Ooh, and I like the mark that it made here. Yeah, that's fun. Let's get some really dark. I don't have enough contrast yet. So let's get some dark shapes on there. Maybe we'll use the dice. Ooh, I've got... It's okay. I gotta wipe my hands for just a second. Oh, I forgot to tell you to put, this is a pro tip. If you're like me and I don't like to put gloves on, I like to get my hands into the paint and feel it and touch the tools. Use lotion. Put lotion on before you start doing anything, and the paint will wash off easier. I'm not saying that it is a perfect solution, but it definitely your hands clean up a lot easier. And they stay nice and soft because the paints can dry your skin out too. Okay, where'd my dice go? Oh, cool. Let's put big globs of paint on. It's pretty light over here. I can dip my palette knife. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't think and talk at the same time. Like this. I was just wiping that excess off to that on that paper off to the side. And the whole point is that when you come to this one, you're not staring at the blank page. And it doesn't matter. Those marks may be covered up, you know, in the end. I mean, these might be covered up in the end. I might not use any of this, but at least I'm not going to be staring at the blank page, because that can be pretty scary for a lot of people. I'm wondering if I should put some like yellows in there. Let's ooh. Like I said, I'm not thinking anything, it's too early to make decisions on what this will be. It feels landscape-ish to me. I do landscape naturally anyway. So it may very well be a landscape. I'm not sure. We'll let the painting tell us what it wants to be. This is the knitting needle. Sorry, my throat is very dry today. I'm not sick, but I haven't been sleeping well. So I have a bit of anxiety, I think. So I'm trying to work that out. Let's see. I want to keep it. I love my favorite color combination, by the way, is pink and blue. My daughter thinks that I'm weird. But I mean, come on, that's like the best sunset, right? A turquoise blue sky and pink clouds. I don't think that I'm that weird. This is a Dale Rowney. Is this watercolor? No, this is acrylic. Let's just squeeze it right on here. The tube to this paper is really quite something. I was thinking this was blue, but it's more gray. So we'll use that as a highlight. Let's see, what else do I got for some different marks? I had an idea, but now I forgot. Oh. I feel like this could use some dark. I try to keep all 4 of my corners different, although this corner's dark, this corner's dark. Maybe I should keep that light. let's take some of this paint water. That's always fun too. I'm going to use that brush we were originally using. Well, and the paint water is getting a little dirty. So now let's pick it up and see if we can move it around. I'm going to put this underneath. I think I need to let this one dry. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's see what the texture is on this paper. I don't want to lose those dots. Those are kind of fun. Oh, I got into the acrylic white paint. That's okay. These pastels, when you get them wet, oh, I can show you. You can move the pigment around. That's always nice too. And then you might want to spray a little bit of a fixative on there so that when if you decide to go in over this, because this will lift up again the pastels or the watercolor or anything. So we're gonna let the first layers dry, and then we'll come back in and see if we can, you know, maybe edit it a little bit, add more. I want to do some of that pink, I think. Well, let's get some blue down. Let's use our fingers. I don't have anywhere to wipe this off, so let's put it in the sketchbook. Just find a page, wipe it off. There you go. Let's see what else we can use. I want to use this wooden stamper. That would be great. Oh, that's not. That's not making any. Let's wipe it off. Let's see, maybe one of the sides. Ooh, that looks like a rock, maybe. Let's put some. Let's try the little ball. See how that rolls around. Wiping it off in a sketchbook. There. Even this is really looking really cool. I love that gold and the black together. Everything is pretty wet, but I'm gonna let things dry and we'll come back and I'll show you how to do the second layer. Okay, so the paintings seem dry enough. One's a little bit wetter. This one's dry to work on, but I thought I'd show you my mixing palette. When I came back, I went down and had some breakfast while the paintings were drying. Just scraped the glob. There was a couple of globs here, and I just scraped those and then spread it around. So that's creating some interesting, I like this combination here. I really like that black and gold together. That's really nice. So let's see what we can come in and do now. Thinking maybe this is my kit that, oops, I got it upside down, that I bring out plein air painting. I've got some hard pastels here, water brushes. I usually draw with a watercolor pencil because I don't mind the line smudging and mixing with the watercolor paints as I paint. But I'm going to get out a card. I just use an old credit card. Just a store card, not an old credit card. It's just a old Home Depot card that I have. So let's, I'm gonna put lay some paint down and like scrape over this, because I'm thinking that I want to come back in with that razor blade and scrape some off. But I'm just trying to think what color. You know what? I think I might use white. These are old acrylics, just like a craft paint. I'm just trying to use them up, but they're nothing, there's nothing, anything fancy. I should have waited. You really, when you want to do that, you want to wait until it gets like drier and tacky, almost to the consistency that I did on my palette that I was mixing on, where it was like really pretty much dry, except that maybe the under layers were wet, and I scraped that off. And with my okay, so I can't scrape and remove a lot of paint until you have a layer down. So then you want to lay paint on top of this first layer so that we can come back and, you know, make some lines so that you can see the underpainting come through. So that's like I said in the beginning, I may keep the underpainting that we had, but it might all go away. I'm not sure. The painting didn't tell me what it wants, but that is really cool. That looks crackly. That white, that's really awesome. Oops, I'm sorry I hit the tripod. It's really tight painting in this small space. And you are set up like really wonky. I don't really have any filming equipment, so I found an old tripod, and my phone is bungee corded on the bottom side of the tripod. So that's how we're filming right now. If people want to see more videos like this, then certainly I will invest in some better equipment, but this is what we got so far. But I love that right there too, that effect. This one so far is my favorite, but we didn't really get a lot of layers on that other one either, so not really. Maybe we'll take some more of this. Oh, it glopped out, but that's okay. You know what we can do. Find a old piece of paper. Trying to fill in some of those whites. Of course, I put that up there, but that's okay. I'm gonna come in with these are some paintings I did to like responding to the landscape, and I just did some brush marks like trees and dabbled on some marks like leaves. My intentions was to rip these up and use them as collage, so I probably still will. So that's why they're not anything beautiful. Oops. It's really thin paper. Oops. But that's okay. I plan on ripping that up anyway. So that one's gonna be take the razor. I'll let that dry a little bit actually. Let's see what I can do. That's not really doing anything. Let's see. Oh, there we go. See, it's a little bit tacky. Maybe I can get a bigger mark. Yeah, you gotta be aggressive. I know you're probably like, oh, you said you liked that area and then you painted all over it, but that's okay. Sometimes that happens and I might get something else that I like even better. Whoops, I just broke my sprayer. Son of a... There we go. That's why I said we can't be too precious and thinking that, you know, this is going to be a flower, because it does feel flower-esque. This could be a petal, this could be a petal, because it could be gone. the next time we look down. So the painting will tell us when it's ready to reveal what it wants to say. So let's use some color pencils. I have a oops, I broke the I love that pink color. This is Fine Touch. You can get these at Hobby Lobby. I might be a little bit more careful using too much. It's almost gone. Using too much of this because this probably is a waxed base pencil, and the acrylic paints and stuff like that will resist. It will be a resist for the next layers over it, maybe. So watercolors are the best, but I didn't have any watercolor that was just handy, so I used that. Should be fine though. Let's let this one dry and see what we can do. That color pencil was fun. I have another pinky purpley color. Maybe let's say that they're going to be I don't want to get too precious here. I'm going to blot up some of this moisture on the paper. I think a newsprint paper, what is kind of like a newsprint. This is newsprint paper that I painted on. There we go. It's perfect for blotting up the wet areas and then using that paper for collage, because I think that the thin papers and the tissue papers are perfect collage material. Where did I put my pencil? Some directional lines, maybe. You know, giving that I don't know, it feels windy. This this painting feels windy to me. Just trying to clean out my brush. That sponge brush is fun to use, but it really sops up a bunch of water. I'm really to that point where, you know, you say, oh, I don't know what to do. It's really not pretty. So that's great. That's the stage we want to be at, so that when we come back, we can start doing some editing. And there's a couple of different ways to do it. I'll be with these two here. I will show you a couple of different ways that I kind of edit, or that I want to start editing. So keep on with the wildness and go create.